share these words with you. Don't turn away, it's you I'm singing for. I'm blinded by the things you do, the things you say. I wanted so much more, and when I say these words to you in honesty, oh will you understand? You don't know what I'm going through, so promise me you'll let go of my hand. You mean so very much to me. Your every touch, a vampire's gentle kiss, surrendering so helplessly, so good too much for the moments I will miss.
The Phantom of the Opera from 1910 is a classic by French writer Gaston Leroux. For the novel and the first universal adaptations, see the same-named review. In this subjective special, I will only discuss the series film adaptations which, in my opinion, have or suggest a real connection to the novel. This excludes cartoons and especially musicals such as Brian De Palma's extremely entertaining horror comedy Phantom of the Paradise from 1974.
So now I have to say goodbye, so torn apart, and black is all I see.
Or unwatchable Andrew Lloyd Webber garbage, like the one from 2004.
To stay would mean I'd surely die. A broken heart, your love is killing me.
For the Dario Argento abomination from 1998, see the same-named funeral speech.
Tearing me apart, love is tearing at my heart. It's tearing me apart. It's killing me and tearing.
In 1962, a kind of British remake of the 1943 US remake moved the action from Paris to London. Here, the Joan of Arc premiere is overshadowed by all kinds of sabotage acts, including the hanging of a stagehand. As a result, the prima donna Maria, who had already been terrified by the one-eyed, faceless Phantom of the Opera, refuses to perform again, and the young opera singer Christine now takes on the leading role. The artistic director Harry takes care of her and protects her from the intrusive Lord Darcy, who then has them both dismissed. Christine is abducted by a dwarf into the cellar vaults, where a masked musician wants to turn her into a great singer. And drives her for days with manic obsession. He turns out to be the believed to be dead Professor Petrie, who was horribly disfigured while trying to prevent the printing of his opera Joan of Arc, which he had to sell to Lord Darcy, but who published it under his own name. While searching for Christine, Hunter comes across his hiding place and is able to overpower his protector dwarf. Out of compassion for the now terminally ill Phantom, Christine and Hunter agreed to work with him. And indeed, a short time later, the opera is successfully restaged with her in the lead, much to Lord Darcy's displeasure.
Deep into my heart, love, tearing me apart. It's tearing at my heart. Oh, your love. Your love is tearing me apart.
The Riddle of the Sinister Mask, the German title, by Terence Fisher. See also his reanimation of The Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula, The Wolfman and Jekyll and Hyde, received mixed feedback and was not a success at the cinema. The Hammer version of the story has, as usual, even less to do with the original than its predecessor, which also turned the Phantom in the novel disfigured from birth into an acid accident victim. At the end, workers discover the dwarf, and during the chase, because all the striking scenes are simply used up here, even if they no longer make any sense in the story, the large chandelier falls onto the stage and kills Petrie, who manages to save Christine at the last moment.
Ghost of love is haunting me, it's her I fear, the poison is so sweet, the flame of love is burning me, for you so dear, oh God, I feel so weak.
The 1983 US TV horror drama moves the action to Budapest. Here, Elena, the wife of the conductor Corvin, drowns herself after a bad review manipulated by the sinister Baron Hunyadi because she turned down his affections. During the confrontation with the bribed critic who dies, Corvin's face is burnt beyond recognition with acid. 4 years later, now the masked Phantom of the Opera, who is up to mischief in the ensemble, he discovers a chorus girl in Maria who looks strikingly like his dead wife and teaches her secretly during the day. But she falls in love with Michael, the new director, much to his displeasure, and the Baron also hits on her. During a masked ball, the Phantom kidnaps Maria and the Baron, whom he kills, and wants to keep her in the secret chamber beneath the opera to spare her the cruel fate of his wife.
I'll love you till the day I die. Forget me not, a solemn memory. So now I have to say goodbye. What have I got? Your love is killing me.
The Phantom of Budapest, the German title, by Robert Markowitz, received rightly mostly negative feedback, as many of the changes are not really comprehensible. The Phantom is once again an acid victim and once again has an accomplice. Here too, some elements from the original love triangle story are taken over, but in this simple, boring as hell, completely staged revenge story, they seem neither authentic nor honest. In the final, Maria tears off his mask and he threatens her that he won't let her go. But Michael finds his hiding place and is able to free her. Corvin then decides to plunge into the audience with a huge chandelier as a final act of revenge. But Michael and the inspector with Maria lay a completely moronic trap for him. And he is nonsensically the only one who dies in this incident.
Tearing me apart, staring at my heart, staring me apart. It's killing me and tearing.
The 1989 US version is initially set in New York in the present day. Here, student Christine Day uses a piece of music by unknown author Eric Destler in her audition for a role in Faust, faints after an accident and relives her earlier life in the 19th century London, when she is an aspiring opera singer and becomes the prodigy of the Phantom, who made a pact with the devil to make the world love his music, plus eternal life, I guess, but in return was deformed so that he can never be loved by anyone. The simple-minded horror flick by Dwight H. Little, see also Halloween 4 and Anacondas, with Robert Englund aka Freddy Krueger as the Phantom, wasn't a flop. It made enough money to even justify a sequel, but rightly received mostly devastating reviews, which is why sequel plans were quickly dropped. The constantly childish slow motion using, clumsily and wildly stolen from everywhere, with the Punish the Critic scene even from the lame TV version from 1983, wannabe shocker. The Phantom uses, among other things, the skin of the victims to sue himself a new face. Tells a completely different story to his alleged source, which here only serves as a pretext for cheapest showmanships and gore scenes, but still, for whatever reason, has some direct references from the novel, like the cemetery scene in which the Phantom plays the violin for Christine. In addition, the Phantom's Punjab lasso and the fact that Christine receives singing lessons from the Angel of Music through the wall of her dressing room is used again for the first time since 1925.
Deep into my heart, tearing me apart. It's tearing at my heart. Oh, your love, your love, your love is tearing me apart.
After a tragic ending, the chandelier scene was probably too expensive for the Canon successor, also a bankrupt company, 21st Century, which is probably why it was left out. Christine wakens up in the present and realizes that the producer is actually the apparently immortal Eric, and still after her. The 1990 US TV horror drama is once again set in the 19th century Paris, when the mysterious Phantom of the Opera hears the enchanting voice of Christine for the first time, who wants to train as a singer but thanks to a change in management ends up as a dresser for the tyrannical wife of the new director / the new diva. He makes himself the talent's teacher. but her first big performance ends in a fiasco after intrigues by the jealous director's wife, and the Phantom abducts the beloved girl to his underground realm. Tony Richardson's award-winning 3-hour miniseries has received mostly positive feedback. It is the only adaptation to be filmed at the original locations of the novel, the opera Garnier, although it is not directly based on it, but on the musical Phantom, which was not premiered until the following year, and itself only very loosely retells Leroux's original. The Phantom is portrayed here with human traits in a friendlier way than in the book or most movies. Helps Christine and has good reasons for his anger and why he avoids other people. There are also many changes to the characters. Christine forms a couple with Philip de Cagny, here initially still a playboy with many love affairs, and not as usual with his younger brother Raoul. Eric's mother has not disowned him here, she just died very young. His affection for Christine results from her resemblance to her. The former director turns out to be Eric's father, who always secretly supported him, etc. In the overly melodramatic final, the police sets a trap for Eric and he flees with Christine, King Kong style, to the opera roof. There he fights Philip, whom he spares for her sake, is shot by his father at his own request because he doesn't want to be taken alive, and dies in his arms.
Oh, your love is tearing me apart.